Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Laura Ashley Abraham,
And I am Connie Smock.
and together we are the Michigan Medium Angels. So today is day 41 of our CNL Good News, which is Connie and Laura's Good News for our quarantine. And today we want to talk about Archangel Michael and how you can call him in and how you can work with him and how he is always with you and asking for help. So I know we talk about Archangel Michael a lot, but for those of you that aren't familiar, and even if you are familiar, you can work with him always in new ways, new levels, new areas. It's a constant connection with your angels and your guides. This is a card that I have that I just wanted to show you guys that is one depiction of Archangel Michael. It doesn't necessarily have to be the only depiction or the image that you have. You can look them up and see what resonates with you. For me, I end up seeing the cobalt blue color when Archangel Michael's around, or feeling or sensing the energy of him. I will, with a client, I'll see them around, I'll see the blue kind of come in, or sometimes I'll see like an orb about that size. Usually like about that size of an orb. I don't know why. Or sometimes there's smaller ones too, but it will definitely be cobalt blue, and I'll know that's Archangel Michael with the person. So go ahead, Tink. How do you see him?
No, I see him the same exact way. I see him with the cobalt blue little flecks, or I'll hear the name Michael. And sometimes during a reading, I will hear or see the cobalt blue and or Michael to get me to the name of someone, one of their loved ones who's actually named Michael. So that can be a connection too. But no, I see him the exact same way. It literally is cobalt blue, and it just out of your peripheral vision. It's not something that's glaring that you'll see that's huge. It's literally like a fleck of a cobalt, and then it kind of goes away. If I try to look at it, it goes away. So I have to just keep it in my peripheral vision. So that way because that's how you sense subtle energies too, is not necessarily by seeing something directly. Even when you're trying to do auras, which we're going to teach a class on how to do that, it's really seeing the subtle energy and looking out of your peripheral vision and not necessarily staring right at it. But yeah, we use Archangel Michael in our everyday life for everything. I know the biggest thing is protection and having faith. That's what we always say. And it's so easy to do. Archangel Michael, shield and protect. And also which is also another saying is I only allow the highest of light beings in and around my energy field, which Reverend Diane actually had told us about that one. I know, well, she told me anyway. So thank you for that, Reverend Diane, because that I do all the time still till this day, and it's really helpful because we set the stage, or we set the standard. So what other ways do you use Archangel Michael?
It makes me laugh every time I say that or think about that. And now I know that saying. So I realize something about myself. There are times where I have a hard time remembering things that I have to do a lot of repetition to remember something. So for instance, with names or sayings, things like that, for me, it has to be, I'll have to see it and then repeat it. So whenever I think about that, that asking for that protection, it reminds me of when I had my spiritual experience. So, because that's what she told me, was Reverend Diane had told me to go and look in the mirror to see if I could see my aura. And when I was doing that was when I ended up having all of that light kind of start to come in, and I didn't know what was happening. And that was like the beginning of that spiritual experience that I talk about in my book. And so I had all of that light coming in, and it felt really good, and it was very loving, and it felt like that connection to the other side. And then at some point that light went away and I got scared. And what she had said was, I only allow the highest of light beings in and around my energy field. And she had told me, and I had written it down, but I didn't have the paper with me and I couldn't remember it. And I was like panicked. I'm like, oh my God, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. So, and then after that, I remembered the phrase, and then I would say it all the time to bring in that protection. But Archangel Michael was really the one that I called in at that time so that I wouldn't be afraid. He was the only one I could remember. And that's, for me, I just feel very, very strong connection with him. I think probably because of that. And I know he was protecting me at that time. There wasn't anything negative. It was just that there were things that I needed to see and to not be afraid. That was part of my lesson. And so using Archangel Michael, like you said, after that, every day, we call him in every single day. And when I started working with him more and more, and I've shared this before, especially with driving or with my car and going out different places, one of the first ways that I noticed was when I was driving, like I would say, Archangel Michael, surround me in protection, surround my car and my path. And I remember driving, and I could see the blue lines like on the street as I was driving down the road, driving to work. It was so cool, and it would like light up the street in the cobalt blue color, which is like Archangel Michael's color, and this is the blue lapis. This is one of the stones that you can use for protection, and this was one that I called, that I used a lot too when working with spirit, and also because this is a connection to your throat chakra also. So because blue is connected with your throat chakra with communication and speaking. So, but also with Archangel Michael. So anyways, that's one of the ways that I first started seeing him. And like you said, the specks and seeing light flashes. I know that there are people who, when they're beginning to start to work and develop with their intuition and with their connection with their angels and guides, that's how it starts, is flashes. Like you said, out of your peripheral. And I know people who have gone to get their eyes checked, thought that there was something wrong with them, and it's really their angels and their guides trying to get their attention and say, hey, we're here, don't be afraid. Connect with us, right?
It's funny, yes. And the funniest thing is, I don't know why this flashed in, but it reminded me of when you said of people getting their eyes checked and there's nothing wrong with them. It reminds me, think about the people that years ago, when they were talking to something that wasn't there, they would get put in an insane asylum and get shock treatments. And they probably were seeing angels. I'm sure some of them had some sort of schizophrenia where it was a negative thing, but I'll bet you a lot of them were ahead of the game and they actually saw angels or spirit and was communicating with them. So it just, I don't know why that flashed in, but it did right when you said that.
Yeah, and I'm sure we were probably one of those people in our past lives, right? I'm sure.
That's a good point. I do go like this every once in a while, so that could be an after effect. I don't know. I just thought it was too much caffeine, but it could be an after effect of the shock treatments still coming through. Maybe that's why I like to go, is because in that lifetime I was strapped down getting shock treatments. That's probably why when things come through now and I go like this and jolt with the energy, when I say, oh, it just got chills, but it really sparks me.
Right.
It's coming through. See, and now I was strapped down in another lifetime where I wasn't able to move. And now I'm like, God, I'm like, the world, there's so much to see and do. Yeah. That explains a lot.
It explains so much. We totally get it now. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else about Archangel Michael that you wanted to talk about?
Oh yeah, well, I could go on and on with Archangel. There's so many things. I mean, he not only is depicted as a hot guy, okay, I'm just telling you. So he can be a personal trainer for you. He can help motivate you. He can instill strength in you, not just strength in a spiritual sense, but a physical sense. I've actually, when I couldn't lift something, I literally called upon Archangel Michael for strength, or Apollo. You can do the same with Apollo as well, or Hercules. And interesting, those also serve on the rays. So of this Hercules and Apollo for strength. And literally though, when I call upon Archangel Michael, I'm actually able to lift something. So he can help not just with, again, spiritual, but physical strength as well, and to keep you on track. Maybe you need help getting motivated. He can be like your personal trainer by saying, I need help getting in physical shape. And so you can call upon him before your workouts too, to help you, or even in the beginning of the day to make sure you get your workout done, to help give you a little more motivation. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. He can help fix things like your computers. If your computers go down, he's a great fixer. Archangel Michael, just help me fix my computer, whatever's going on with it. We should have done that last night when it was freezing, actually. Well, we did call him in though, and then it did end up being fine. But yeah, what else? Anything else? Oh, real quickly, the stones too, though. This is the actual stone, what they say is sugilite for him. I don't know if you can see this. It's like a purple, deep purple and or dark blue. They're really expensive is the only thing. For a small bag, they're like $100. But that lapis that you had.
Show him your bag. Show him your bag. That of how much.
Oh, yeah. So this is the bag of sugilite right here. And it was only filled about this much, like this much, and it was $100. So it's pretty pricey. But they're an amazing stone, obviously for the price. I want to make sure I don't lose this one. In fact, I'm going to put it right in my brow right now for protection. Yeah, because, yeah. But the sugilite, I'm sorry, this is another less inexpensive one, the lapis lazuli. And it's also to help with intuition as well, the one that you held up. And then also blue lace agate is another one. And that's very inexpensive. And it can also be used for your, with connected all these with your throat chakra, like you said, too. And sapphire is another one. But what other ways do you, is there another way you use Archangel Michael?
So it's interesting because they actually want to do a little meditation. I know we don't usually do meditations on these, but I'm feeling to do one just to connect with his energy, to feel his energy for people. The other thing that he's bringing forward is the height. He keeps bringing forward the height of how tall and how big he is, and how much he can be around your energy field so tall. So somebody must need that. I don't necessarily think of him that way, but he's bringing that forward to feel his strength and the ability to be in your energy field to help you with whatever's going on. There must be somebody that's really having a hard time needing protection and strength. So anyway, so I do want to do just a little meditation, and we'll connect with his energy. There was something else I wanted to say. What is another way that I connect? Oh, I guess the other way too, and there's a lot of different ways to connect with Archangel Michael. But one of them, for whatever reason, he keeps bringing forward the root chakra. And I know we've talked about the throat chakra, but I keep feeling connected with him with the root chakra, like safety and security. To me, that's the energy that he brings for me. I feel that like strength and grounding and like foundation energy from him. And I liked how you said that you'll call him in if for like lifting something. That's a great one if you need help with doing that, or getting like some big task done. There are so many different ways that he will be able to help you. And with faith, having faith and trust that you have angels and guides surrounding you. And for me, I feel like he was the one that I worked the most with, especially like with my abuse. And so if anybody's looking to start to work with an angel, I would suggest working with him. And he also helps with protection with police officers, people that are in the military. That's the connection that I feel with him too. For again, strength and protection. So do you agree with that, Tink?
I do, absolutely, yes. And the other thing that he can do is cut energy cords that no longer serve you from people or things. So let's say your energy is being zapped by someone or something. you can actually just ask Archangel Michael to cut any energy cords that are connecting you to someone else. And he won't cut anything that is, he will only cut something that is no longer for your highest and greatest good. So some people may be fearful, well, what if it's a connection to my kids, or it's a connection? He's not going to cut a connection that will be good for you. It will only be ones that no longer serve you. And also for clearing, Archangel Michael and Raphael with their blue and green tornado to clear any lower negative energies in and around us. Again, that was another Reverend Diane one that she taught, which I still use till this day, which I love. So that one, there's just so many uses that you can use him for. Like, you can use him in your everyday life for so many things, which is the beauty of it.
I love that. That's interesting too, like, because even in this picture, he's depicted with like the sword, and that was good. With cutting the cords, that's what we use him for all the time. And then the shield as well. It's a metallic, shield. So you can envision or feel that type of armored protection around you. A lot of times I would call him in if I needed to go into an elevator or a space where I was like, Archangel Michael, like, surround me with that kind of protection. That type of shield is what I needed, so that I wasn't absorbing anything or feeling anything in there, or taking anything on too. So he really does help with that. And like you said, any spaces that you need to go into, any buildings, call him in to help to clear any lower negative energies. So I just want to have everybody, is there anything else, Tink? Because I just want to do a quick.
No, that's it. I actually did buy a statue of him in Florida, and it's basically him with his sword, like slaying a demon, which I don't like the demon part, but it's just how powerful that he is. And it symbolizes, obviously, it's symbolic for his strength and what he can do. So yeah, go ahead, honey. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And if you do want to cut cords, all you just need to say is, Archangel Michael, cut any cords from any person, place, or thing that is not for my highest and greatest good. And release that and ask for the violet flame to transmute any negativity. And then fill that space with white light and unconditional love between the person or the things that have been, where the cords have been cut. And Archangel Michael will know what to do too. So it's whatever feels comfortable to you. You can say that in your head, and you can just think it. So I want everybody just to take a moment, make sure you're somewhere safe that you can do this, because I know some people will listen while they're driving. So don't close your eyes while you're driving, please, or riding your bike, okay? Or operating any heavy machinery. So you can pause it and you can listen to it later if you want to do the meditation. But I just want to, Archangel Michael really strongly wants to bring this forward. So just take a few deep breaths. And just breathe in. Again, breathing is very, very helpful to release toxins, clears your organs. So you want to make sure that you're breathing throughout your day. And just doing this once, twice, 3 times a day will be really helpful. So just relax, get comfortable. Just take a deep breath in again. And I just want you to sense or feel Archangel Michael stepping into your energy field, and feel or sense wherever he comes in. It could be in front of you, behind you, to the right of you, to the left of you, above you, wherever you sense or feel his energy. Allow that to be your own experience. And just feel the strength and the loving, powerful energy that he brings into your energy field. And feel or picture or see in your mind's eye him surrounding you with his blue light, completely filling your whole entire auric field, all around your body, with love and protection. And just feel and sense and know that he will be with you anytime you call on him. And feel him bringing in strength and power for any situation that you need that energy to deal with something in your life, whatever it is. And just take a moment to ask Archangel Michael if he has a message for you. And see if he brings anything through. It could be a word, it could be a feeling, it could be a thought. One of the words that I was just hearing was just relax. I was hearing being patient, being kind with yourself today. It's okay, you're going to get everything done. And just to breathe. So just take a moment and feel that energy and just bring that energy back with you. You can go ahead and come back to the room and just open your eyes. Sense or feel and just bring his energy with you throughout the day today, and know that he'll be with you, protecting you all day. And you can go and do that meditation. You can go into that space anytime throughout the day when you need to communicate, to connect, to feel that safe, secure feeling. All right, thank you, everybody. Is there anything else, Tink?
No, that's it. Everybody have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light.